Surya Jayani. It's 9:19 a.m. December 19th. So some of these terrorists, they like to sell this fake idea of power and being above the law, like I've said in the past. One of their tactics may be, for instance, playing fake videos of them talking to law enforcement and acting like they own the place and throwing out weird lines like it's Illuminati confidential, or it's a secret we can't tell you, blah blah blah. It's Illuminati related or this and that, and acting like this is something and they're above the law. And they make fake videos of them talking to law enforcement, but they're really not law enforcement, or even to politicians, but they're not really politicians. They're just using some imaging hustle or tactic to like sell this idea of being above the law and not having to disclose information to law enforcement or disclose information to the president of the United States, what have you. So that may be their tactic they're using. So then when real law enforcement, they're seeing this and they ask them stuff and they say this to them, they may think it's real and be tricked. It's just another confidence men tactic, another psychological tactic. No one is above the law. If people were above the law, they wouldn't need money. They wouldn't need to pay taxes. They wouldn't have to follow the laws. They wouldn't have to lie to law enforcement. So don't fall for bullshit. No one is above the law. And that's probably some of their tactics. So think about all these videos and ideas they try to put in your head that they're above the law, like pretending to talk to politicians or presidents that they don't, and pretending to tell politicians they're terrorists and they can do nothing about it. They'd be in prison. Okay? So don't fall for bullshit and don't be tricked. If someone tells you they're a terrorist and they're the Illuminati or some bullshit and they're above the law, tell them eat shit and throw them in prison where they belong. And call the FBI and call the CIA. Don't be tricked, but that's maybe some of more of their psychological tactics. They sell this idea of above the law, and maybe they'll play fake videos of themselves talking to cops, FBI, CIA, politicians, and acting like they own the place, saying things like they're above them, and like selling ideas like, oh, we can't tell you that, it's an Illuminati thing, or it's confidential, or some bullshit. And it's just this hustle. It's a psychological tactic so they're not to sell to other cops. So if any cops do catch them, they'll just throw those lines out there, and because they've seen some game or secret world, which is really just some conditioning tactic and some psychological hustle, they may think it's actually real and think these kids are above the law when they're really not. So don't get tricked. If they say they're above the law, it's confidential. See if they'll say it to the FBI or the CIA or to the President of the United States and see if that works. And see if the President or other people don't implore further and be like, no, we need to talk to you, buddy.